Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, Rifki here. Welcome back to my channel. So in the previous video, we already learned uh, writing CSS in inline and internal. And now we're going to learn how to write CSS in external. Okay. So external CSS is a writing where the CSS scripts are stored in a separate file with the extension .css. Okay, for example, let's create a new file. Oh wait, my bad. New file. Let's call it style.css. Okay, so this is the CSS file. Oops. CSS. Okay. So this is the CSS file. So the CSS file is separate from the HTML file. To link the HTML file and the CSS file, these two, first the CSS file is called inside the head tag. So how do we call the CSS file from the HTML file? To do that, we use link tag. Okay, here inside the href, we write the link. Okay, okay, like that. Now it's the CSS file and the HTML file is already connected each other. Uh, so anyway, if the CSS file is in a folder, the folder name is include the href attribute. So for example, this CSS has a folder called, let's say it's style. Okay. But if we put the CSS file inside the style folder. Okay, well, the rules are the same as writing CRC in the image tag that we already discussed that in my other playlist in HTML mastery. You can search that up in my channel. Okay, so to do that, how do we link that? Firstly, we need to write the folder first. Okay, the folder name is style, and then style.css. Okay, this already connected with the CSS. Now, uh, let's try if the CSS work or not. Okay, the writing is similar to the internal CSS. We call the selector is p, curly braces, and then you write the properties inside the curly braces. Okay, for example, color. We want to color it with green yellow. Okay, save it and let's see in our browser. Okay, it's not changed. I think is the link is wrong. Okay, let's change it. Uh, ref style. Oh, sorry, my bad. We haven't put it yet in our CSS style folder. Okay, it's already moved. Now let's. Okay, it's supposed to be work. Okay, it's work. Okay, that's there are a little mistake. I hope you guys uh understand what I just teach you. So anyway, this way of writing CSS, which is the external CSS, is the most recommended way. Because the advantage of this way is the CSS files can be used by many HTML files by just calling the CSS file from the HTML file that will be used. So for example, we have many HTML file. Uh, we can to style the HTML. We can use with just one CSS file by link it to the CSS file. Okay, I think that's all for the external file. Thank you for your attention. Bye. See you soon.